Hi guys, welcome to my channel Happy High Tarot. In today's pick card reading, we will find out what makes you attractive. So you can see an image on your screen right now. You've got 3 options to choose from. Feel free to pause the video over here, meditate on all your options, pick whichever one calls out to you the most. You'll find the timestamps in the comment section as well as in the description box below. So make your choice and let's get started. Hello group 1, if you guys chose the first image, let's start your reading and find out what makes you attractive. So we're going to find out 3 things in this reading. Firstly, what is it about you that draws people in? Then we'll take a look at what makes you stand out. And lastly, we'll figure out how do others perceive your energy. So let's begin. Spirit, what draws people towards group 1? We have the Magician. What draws people towards group 1, Spirit? We have the Ace of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Pentacles. It's such a good mix over here of energies, honestly. Firstly, I feel like what draws people towards you has got a lot to do with the way that you look. And I don't just mean external appearance wise, although that is coming up very strongly over here. You are an attractive person as far as your physical features are concerned. Something about the shape of your eyes, your hair, maybe you've got unusually long hair, or they're just, you know, really good, like 𝐾𝐚𝐿, that was the name that I was trying to recall. Maybe you have really pretty curls or wavy hair, whatever your natural hair are, they're very beautiful. So that's what draws people in towards you. There's something about your eyes, especially if you have green or blue colored eyes. I feel like you have a really round face which looks very cute. I think you have a very pretty smile, and you have what we call smiling eyes. You know, like you know how to smile from your eyes, and there's just this sparkle in them. And just like, it's almost as if once somebody is looking at you, even though they're consciously aware of the fact that they are staring at you, they cannot stop staring at you because of what they're seeing it's so beautiful, which is you. Other than that, I feel like it is your voice or your communication style that draws people in towards you. Like maybe they've heard you speaking, or they've witnessed you having conversations with others, and there's something about the way you hold a conversation, something about the way you stick to your points, you know, like you know how to hold your ground, you know how to fight for the points that you stand by, that draws people in towards you. It's like they know that if they were ever to have a conversation with you, it would be intellectually very stimulating for them. And so I feel like there are a lot of people who try to find reasons to talk to you, not only because it'll help them, you know, stay in your orbit, stay around you and get an opportunity to soak in all your beauty, but also because you are good. I mean, it's good to have a conversation with you. Additionally, I feel like you're somebody who finds it very easy to talk to people. You make people feel very welcomed. There's a lot of warmth over here. It's not like you would necessarily go and chat up to people, but you never turn down anybody if they are coming and trying to strike up a conversation with you. I feel like small talk might actually be something that you're very skilled at, you're very good at it. And since we did have the energy of the 10 of Pentacles over here as well, something about you feels oddly familiar. You know, like how there are some people whom just by looking at them, you can tell that if I go and try to talk to her, or if I go and try to talk to him, I just have this feeling that they'll talk to me nicely, like they won't be a bitch to me. And I think that is the energy that is coming across for you as well. What draws people in towards you is this inner knowing, which I don't think they can necessarily put into words. It's more of a feeling that you ignite within them, that I feel like if I walk up to her and if I try to talk to her, she'll talk to me very nicely and she'll actually listen. So the fact that you make people feel welcomed, you extend that warmth, and I think you do it in a very effortless manner. that draws people in towards you. I'm also hearing, group 1, that there is in general a lot of buzz or a lot of curiosity about you. So within your community, within your social circle, no matter how active or inactive you are on social media, I am getting this message very strongly that people want to be all up in your business. Like, they want to know, where are you these days, what are you up to, whom are you seeing, are you single, or what are you doing, things like that. And I feel like a lot of it has got to do with, just in general, the kind of person that you are, and of course your looks. Okay, and let's see, what is it about you that makes you stand out? What makes group 1 stand out, Spirit? What makes group 1 stand out? We have the 8 of Wands, the 2 of Swords. What makes group 1 stand out? We have the Knight of Swords, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Lovers. So definitely your voice, your communication style is what stands out. Anybody can talk to you, but you don't always remember all the conversations, right? There are just a select few conversations that you remember. There are just a select few voices that stay with you. In fact, this is such a common example. Maybe one of your favorite actors is your favorite actor because of their voice. It just does something to you, like that. So there's definitely something about your voice and your communication style which is standing out. I feel like what stands out about this style of your communication is that after talking to you, a person will never feel like, you'll never leave anybody feeling more confused than when they entered into that conversation with you. Without even trying, you give the other person a lot of clarity. Like, I'm just hearing, she makes a lot of sense. I'm hearing this repeatedly. So I feel like whatever it is that you're saying, people like listening to you because you make a lot of sense. Like, it's not hokey pokey. You're not saying things just for the sake of being relevant or just for the sake of gaining clout or whatever. It actually makes sense, which is why people actually like listening to you. Secondly, what makes you stand out is that in today's world in which we exist, which is, most of it, if not all of it, is running on this monkey see, monkey do principle, right? One person will do something and they'll make it big, and then suddenly everybody else wants to do the same thing. They want to be in the same field. There's blind copycat culture which is there. But you're not like that. You are very sure of who you are, what it is that you want, how do you want to go about it. Outside influences or voices don't really have any effect on you. Like, people might be shouting all around you, fire, fire, fire. But if you know that, no, there's no fire, they're just trying to mess with me, you won't even so much as open your eyes to give them that satisfaction. You won't validate their nonsense like that. And so the fact that you're so rooted in who you are, and nobody can sway your opinions, nobody can make you do something which you don't want to do, that individuality, that authenticity is what makes you stand out. With the Knight of Swords being present over here, I feel like you're very difficult to pin down. I'm not going to say tame. I don't think there's anybody that's trying to tame you. But yeah, you are difficult to pin down in terms of... how do I put this? It might not be very easy for people to catch you at a time when you have the time to talk. It's always in passing, which is why I said you might be a master of small talk, because you only have time for small talk. So you seem to have this very booked and busy kind of a lifestyle. But what makes your busy different from anybody else's is that you're okay with it. And it is pretty much in alignment with what it is that you want. And you're going for it. You do not mind putting in that effort, or you do not mind the grind, you do not mind the hustle, because at the end of it, you'll get what it is that you want. I believe we have the Lovers over here. Everybody wants to get closer to you. Everybody wants to, I feel like, be as close to you as possible, just to experience the kind of what seems to be a very satisfactory lifestyle from the outside. But like I said, it's very difficult for people to grab a hold of you like that. Other than the people who are super close to you, there might be a lot of people who legit have to make appointments just so that they can get some window of your time to have a proper one-on-one conversation with you. And so the fact that, like, no matter what your age is, although honestly with the energy of the Knight of Swords, I don't think you're that old in terms of numbers. The fact that from now itself, or like from this age itself, or maybe you started, of course, your career a tad bit before this reading, of course, the fact that you're moving ahead with so much clarity, you're not looking back, you're just rushing ahead, not really mindful of, or not really bothered, in fact, I would say, what's happening around you. Like how oftentimes you must have seen these words in different reels: moisturized, hydrated, staying in my lane, things like that. That applies to you. That is who you are. That is how you're living your life. And so that is exactly what makes you stand out. Okay, now let's see, how do others perceive your energy? Group 1. Spirit, how do people perceive Group 1's energy? How do people perceive Group 1's energy? We have the Empress. How do people perceive Group 1's energy? The Two of Wands. How do people perceive Group 1's energy? We have Justice and the Six of Wands over here. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So your energy speaks before you do, and it speaks of success. It speaks of warmth. It speaks of this, like people want to be like you, Group 1. How else do I put this? People want to be like you, but they know that there can only be just like one of you, and that's already you. Also, notice how in the Two of Wands, the guy's foot is facing us, so it's almost like he's standing in front of us, he's listening to what we're saying, but then the heads are in opposite directions, right? So like how sometimes when somebody's having a conversation with you but they're in a hurry, or maybe they're not interested, you will notice those subtle changes in their body language, like they're going on yeah, etc., but then they're not exactly looking at you, they're looking here and there, which is a clue to you, like, shut up and let me go, like that. So again, this busy energy coming through. But overall, I feel like people perceive you as somebody who's very successful, somebody who is operating on what seems to be a time crunch in terms of, like, she has so many goals, she's got so many things that she is simultaneously working upon. Her success matters to her a lot, her goals matter to her a lot, she's so driven, and so naturally she does not have time for petty things like gossip, etc. I feel like with the energy of Justice and the Six of Wands over here, and this is, I really like this about people's perception of you, there's not one person who would say that you don't deserve what it is that you have today. Everybody who knows you, no matter how closely they know you, or whether they know you from afar, like they're not that close to you, but all of them, whatever it is that they've gathered about you, from your energy, or just what they've heard about you, what they've seen of you online, they all unanimously believe in one thing, that you deserve all the good things that you have in life. Because there's just something about you which makes it feel as if, like, you haven't taken any shortcuts. Like you haven't taken any shortcuts, you don't have any godfathers in your field. You put in all the effort, you put in all the hard work. And so it is only but fair that today you sit and reap the fruits of your labor. I feel like a lot of people might not get the opportunity to tell you how you inspire them, but you do. Your journey, who you are as a person, how you manage so many things together, and despite that, you maintain your calm, you maintain your composure, you do not shoo away people if they're trying to come and talk to you. You're very inspirational, Group 1. And amongst all the things that we've discussed today, this is also something that makes you very attractive. All right, so these are all the messages that I have for you right now, Group 1. If you like this reading, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see exclusive readings by me, you can subscribe to my Patreon. For more readings by me, you can check out my Instagram. And if you would like to book a personal reading or a spell with me, you can contact me on WhatsApp, Instagram, or email. You'll find all those details in the description box. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hello group 2, if you guys chose the second image, let's find out what makes you attractive. So we're going to take a look at 3 things in this reading. Firstly, we'll find out what draws people in towards you, then we'll find out what makes you stand out, and lastly we'll take a look at how others perceive your energy. So let's get started. Spirit, what draws people in towards group 2? We have the 8 of Pentacles. What draws people in towards group 2? 9 of Pentacles. What draws people in towards group 2, Spirit? We have the Wheel of Fortune, and at the bottom of the deck we have the Queen of Swords. You have this really no bullshit policy written all over your face, which draws people in towards you. It's like they know that they cannot, they just know that they cannot act smart with you. Like you are somebody who will be able to sniff their bullshit. You are somebody who will not hesitate to call them out. You are not somebody, you're not the type to sugarcoat. You're not the type to make people feel comfortable at your own expense. You're not a people pleaser, and it's very evident. It's very evident from your body language. It's very evident from the expressions on your face. And you're not denying it. You're not running away from it. If anything, you're embracing the fact that you're not a people pleaser. And so that's what draws people in towards you. Additionally, you are your own person. And what I mean by that, group 2, is that you're a non-conformist. You might have a lot of Aquarius energy in your chart. You don't really mind doing things differently. You are absolutely okay with bending the rules, breaking the rules. And the best part is that you don't necessarily get into trouble for it. You know, if anything, each time you've done something differently, each time you've broken the rules or anything, things have actually worked out in your favor. And the fact that you're out here living your life on your own terms and it is continuing to work out for you is what draws people in towards you, because it's a bit of a puzzle for them. You know, like, here I am doing everything that I've been told to do, doing everything that people expect me to do, and I'm still struggling. And meanwhile, there she is, group 2, and she's just doing her own thing. And, you know, she does not care what people say. She does not care what anybody's asking her to do. She'll do it when she wants to. She'll do it how she wants to. And it's still working out for her. Like, how is that? People seem to believe that you're a very lucky person, group 2. And I feel like even if it's your own efforts that then manifest into your reality, you know, like an upgraded lifestyle and the kind of clothes that you wear, the things that you carry, that upgraded lifestyle, people can see all of that. They might not necessarily see the time you put behind it, the hard work you put behind it. They're just seeing the results, right? And so they think that luck favors you a lot, destiny favors you a lot, fortune favors you a lot. And so this curiosity, you know, like, oh, I wonder what other good thing has happened with her now. That kind of an energy is what draws people in towards you. You're an achiever. I feel like you've always been one. Ever since you were in school, I feel like you've always been, you know, like one of those straight A students. And I am getting a message that from a very young age, you've had people drawn towards you for this reason, because your energy, I mean, I will get to it in the last part of the reading, but from what I can see from here itself, the fact that you know, like, you'd rather upset others than upset yourself. You'd rather make other people uncomfortable than do something that you do not believe in, is what people find attractive about you. That's what draws people in towards you. There's something about your smile that's coming through. I feel like you have a very radiant, very, very radiant smile. You know, like the kind of smile that can change people's mood, that can give people an uplift, that dose of happiness. So that's what they like. I am getting one more message, group 2, and this is rather specific, but I don't think that while you were growing up you had too many friends, because most of them were busy getting jealous or busy getting competitive. Perhaps you found your true friends or your true tribe a little later on in your life. But I mean, the fact that there were so many people always hovering around you, just to see what you're up to or how are you doing things, that was out of spite, that was out of competitiveness, that was out of jealousy. But none of those people could dim your light. None of those people could outshine you. That was something you did very effortlessly. Like, you didn't even have to try, and that's what would draw people in towards you. Okay, now let's see what makes you stand out. Spirit, what makes group 2 stand out? What makes group 2 stand out? We have Judgment. What makes group 2 stand out? Knight of Wands. What makes group 2 stand out? Six of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Death. Yeah, so this rebellious energy that you have is what makes you stand out. Like, you're not afraid of Judgment Day. Like, you're not afraid of, oh, what will my parents say, what will my teachers say, what will my colleagues think, what if people who know me, what will they think? You don't care what anybody else thinks or says, and that's what makes you stand out. You will, you'll just go for it. You can be very mischievous. Sometimes you stir up shit on purpose for your own entertainment, and that's what also makes you stand out. Like, you'll deliberately say things which you know will trigger a response from somebody. You're naughty like that. Like, I'm not going to call you an evil person. You're mischievous. You're naughty like that. Like an imp, if you will. I think that is what they were from... yeah, that was what Puck was, right? From A Midsummer Night's Dream. Anyway. And the best part, as we've seen earlier also, with the Six of Swords, you always get away with it. Like, you always manage to get away with it. You know how sometimes people say that good girls are bad girls that haven't been caught? So, I mean, that's honestly what it feels like for this group. I'm not saying that you are a bad girl, but yeah, like, you just never get caught. And maybe that is what also would upset all these people who grew up with you. Like, how come she never gets in trouble? Like, yeah, spiteful, resentful, shit like that. You're very attractive. There's this youthful energy to you. Does not matter how old you are. There's something about you which screams that she's kept her inner child alive. Like, she's still in touch with her inner child. That makes you stand out, because maybe people your age are out there doing like super serious, like adult shit, and then meanwhile here you are just swinging by, what's it called, winging it, doing things as you please, when you please. You're not necessarily sticking to a timeline. For instance, you're not the kind of person who's sticking by this timeline that, oh, you should have kids by this age, and you should be married by this age, and you should have a job by this age. You're more like, yeah, okay, I'll cross that bridge when I get there. I'm not going to sit and worry about it from now itself. I don't care who says what. I'll just do me. And so that makes you stand out, and it's not even a quiet rebellion. It's out there for everybody to see. Any questions directed at you, you shut them down. I think we did have that Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck for you earlier. It's like everybody is moving in one direction, you're moving in another direction, happily. And it's not weighing on you that, oh, am I doing something differently? Should I have just done what these guys all did? Did I make a mistake doing my own thing? And so, not only is this quality that makes you stand out, but I feel like all these other people around you, the ones especially who used to be very competitive and jealous and all that crap towards you, when they see you living your best life now, it makes them dig deeper. You know, like, who is living a more free life? It's actually group 2, not us. Group 2 had that courage and we didn't. Group 2 had that resilience and we didn't. Group 2 didn't mind stirring up shit and we did. Group 2 wasn't afraid of judgment, but we were. That way. That's what makes you stand out. All right, now let's see, how do others perceive your energy? Spirit, how do others perceive group 2's energy? We have the Ace of Pentacles. How do others perceive group 2's energy? 10 of Pentacles. How do others perceive group 2's energy, Spirit? 10 of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Swords. And look at this, in the 5 of Swords, we can see this woman over here. She's sitting and crying and whatnot. And meanwhile, this guy over here continues to look straight. He's like, he's not even looking in her direction. I know all these cards have a story to them. So please excuse me if I'm not using the right terminologies for the characters illustrated over here. But you know what I'm trying to say, right? Not a care in the world. Upset you? Don't care. As long as I'm happy. Don't care. So, like, I'm not saying, group 2, that you're a very ruthless person, all right? In fact, maybe if you've ever seen pickacards on what's the gossip about you or what's the tea on you, things like that, one recurring message for you guys might have always been that people think you're a meanie even though you're not. And the reason why they think that is because you're very unapologetic in terms of choosing yourself and doing your own thing. Okay, coming back to the question, how others perceive your energy, they see you as a winner. They might never admit it to your face. Some of them will. In fact, maybe now at this stage in your life, the kind of people you're surrounded with, like I said, you have finally found your tribe, or you will at a later stage if you haven't already. So the people that are close to you, the people that are a part of your inner circle, I feel like this is something they already knew about you, like you're a winner. They could see it always. And of course, then there might be others who saw it too, but then they'd never admit it to you, or they try to make you doubt yourself, rather unsuccessfully. So people perceive you as somebody who has it all, somebody who's living her best life, somebody who does not have a care in the world, somebody who knows how to take care of herself, somebody who does not necessarily need anybody to come and do things for her, somebody who's self-made, somebody who's driven, somebody who's independent, somebody who is liked by a lot of people. And I feel like those who aren't close to you maybe now have regrets that when they had the time to apologize to you or to make it up to you, they should have done that, but they didn't. And now they've lost their chance. That ship has sailed. It's not like you're going to come back to them. You're not going to go back to them and ask them for a second chance. They should have done that when they had the time to, but they didn't. I definitely feel like there are a lot of people who miss out on the fact that they could have been closer to you, they could have been better friends to you, but they didn't do any such thing because they were so busy being competitive and jealous and whatnot. People perceive you as somebody who is a good person, you know, somebody who will help others if she can, somebody who will listen to others, somebody who is genuinely happy in others' happiness. So the kind of people you're with right now, I feel like they know that you're a good person. Those from your past, they didn't see that, or maybe they did and they never admitted to you. They tried to dim your light for sure. But now, the people close to you, the people around you, how they perceive your energy is that you're a very good person. You're a loyalist. You're a non-conformist, but loyalist in terms of, you know, like you would do anything for the people who are close to you. You're very loyal to them. You're very loyal to your own dreams, to your own goals. You give off the energy that you are very family-oriented, that you are good with both kids as well as old people. You know, with kids, you become a kid yourself. With old people, you love listening to them, listening to their stories of yesteryears, things like that. So overall, they know that you are, in fact, I'm hearing she's a catch. So I do feel like that's how a lot of people perceive your energy, that you're a catch, group 2. Alright, so these are all the messages that I have for you right now. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. Let me know down in the comment section below. For exclusive readings by me, you can check out my Patreon. If you would like to book a personal reading or a spell with me, you can contact me on Instagram, WhatsApp, or my email, all of which are given in the description box. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Hello group 3, if you guys chose the third image, let's find out what makes you attractive. So we will take a look at 3 things in this reading. Firstly, we'll find out what draws people in towards you. Then we will see what makes you stand out. And lastly, we'll figure out how others perceive your energy. So let's begin group 3. Spirit, what draws people in towards group 3? What draws people in towards group 3? We have the Page of Wands. What draws people in towards group 3? The Hierophant. What draws people in towards group 3, Spirit? Death. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the 7 of Pentacles. You are a living paradox, I would say. There's just so much contradiction over here, and I mean in a good sense. You are what I would classically describe as somebody who has a young heart but an old soul, and it's very evident in the way you behave, and that draws people in. So your actions, your energy level, the way you get excited about life, the way you get excited about things, that's all very youthful. It's all very childish, like you've kept your inner child alive. You still get excited when you see butterflies or colorful balloons or rainbows. You're not too old for anything. But when you start talking, or when you start giving your opinion on something, or when you start advising something about somebody, it's very evident that you're an old soul, because it's like you're dropping these nuggets of wisdom. And where are they coming from? Like, you're so knowledgeable. And I don't just mean bookish knowledge or knowledge about what's going on in the world. You know exactly what to do, what to say, how to say it. You understand people, you understand things, you understand the way in which the world works at a very deep level. And the thing is that you're not trying to boast this knowledge, you're not trying to show off this knowledge. You'll only dispense this knowledge when somebody asks for it. So it's not like you go to a party and you'll immediately start having intellectual conversations. No, you won't. You'll probably be out there having fun, dancing with your hair down, things like that. It is only when a discussion begins which stirs your interest that you'll start talking, and that is when people will realize that, oh my gosh, I thought she was very chill or laid back, or like not a very serious type of a person, but here she is, and my gosh, such wisdom at this age from her. It just does not match her personality. It just does not match what she said 2 minutes ago. Maybe you cracked some really insane joke, and so people try to categorize you, and then almost immediately you will go ahead and do something very out of character, and they realize that, oh my gosh, okay, so no, we cannot put group 3 in a box, because there is no one box that can contain this vastness that there is to group 3's personality. And like I said, this difference, this young heart, old soul energy is what draws people in towards you, group 3. I also feel like there's something about your looks or your appearance which is both very youthful, but at the same time, when you're talking, there is this, I won't say a serious look on your face, but it's definitely the look of somebody who knows what they're talking about. So you shut up and you better pay attention to me. That way, like, through your expressions, through your body language, you know how to command the attention of the room. And so that this thing about your expressions and your looks is also what draws people in towards you. Other than that, with the energy of the Death card over here, I feel like your personality it's just very dynamic. If somebody is meeting you today, and if 3 months later they meet you and they expect to meet the same person, that won't be the case. In those 3 months, you would have evolved. In those 3 months, you would have developed new interests, new hobbies. In those 3 months, you would have had major character development. Just things that leave people guessing, leave people curious, leave people wanting more. Like, oh, I wonder what'll be new with her when I catch up with her this time. Like that. Like, they know your life isn't the same old, same old. You will never be the same old, same old. And so that's what draws them towards you, this uniqueness. Okay, now let's see, what is it about you that makes you stand out? What makes group 3 stand out, Spirit? What makes group 3 stand out? Standing out. So we have the Two of Cups. I just realized you couldn't see the deck. This card was kind of like this. Okay. What makes group 3 stand out, Spirit? What makes group 3 stand out? Eight of Cups. What makes group 3 stand out? The Emperor. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Wands. You know how to put up a good fight, and that's what makes you stand out. You do not accept defeat that easily, at least not without trying once or twice or as many times as you'd like. You do not like, oh, I can't do this. That phrase just does not exist in your dictionary. You're not somebody who quits. You're somebody who tries and tries and tries. And the fact that you show such resolute commitment to your goals, whether personal or professional, like no matter how daunting it is, no matter how strugglesome it is, no matter how scary it is, you will at least try. That's what makes you stand out. Because, I mean, usually, look at this. I mean, if this was the scenario, if it was kind of like this haunted house with all these skeletons on fire standing in front of you, most people would have shat their pants and ran in the opposite direction. Not you. You'll keep on standing there. So, yeah, this courage makes you stand out. I also feel over here with the energy of the Emperor that sometimes people try to belittle you, especially when you're in this energy, this youthful, joyful energy. There are a lot of people who try to say things or do things which, I mean, through which they are trying to imply that, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, or yeah, oh, I can probably tell what kind of person you are. You're somebody who's not serious about anything. You're very laid back. You take life each day as it comes, and nothing gives you more joy than to prove them wrong. Whether it is when you start imbibing this energy over here, whether it is when you go ahead and you accomplish something and you're like, look at me now, bitch. Whatever it is, you like to prove people wrong. You know, like I'm hearing this very, I don't think so, in my mind, and literally in this sing-song tone. So yeah, that's what makes you stand out. You're somebody who, I mean, nobody can, and I think I'd used this sentence in, so yesterday I uploaded a reel on Instagram, and the topic was, what's that one thing that nobody can take away from you? And I don't remember which group it was, but for one of the groups, I clearly remember, because as I was writing it, I was very pleased with myself when I channeled this. So it said, nobody can shame you into shrinking. Okay, and that is what I'm seeing with this group. And if you are somebody who follows my readings on Instagram as well, you know what I'm talking about, and maybe you chose that pile yourself. So yeah, nobody can shame you into shrinking. Nobody can shame you or belittle you into dimming your light. In fact, it acts as fuel for you. It does the opposite. It gives you more motivation to prove them wrong, or to shut them out, or like to show them. That is what I'm seeing over here for you. And so that's what makes you stand out. You do not give in to that. Also, with the energy of the Two of Cups over here and the Eight of Cups, you're somebody who is rather private. You do not, I forgot what was at the bottom of the deck for you. Yeah, the Nine of Wands. You stick to your boundaries. You maintain your boundaries. You do not really give open access to just about anyone, to yourself. Not anybody can come and, strike up a conversation with you hoping to get out all the juicy stuff. That just does not happen. That's just not how it works with you. I won't say that you're secretive. You're not, I don't think you're secretive, but you definitely choose whom to share stuff with. And not everybody gets that access. You know, in a world where a lot of people share a lot of things, a lot of personal things on social media, you don't do that. You're very selective about what you post or who can see it, privacy settings and stuff like that. And so that's what makes you stand out, because I feel like there are people who are curious, there are people who would want to know more about what's up with you, but with the Hierophant and the Eight of Cups, they're not getting that much access to what's going on in their personal life. So the fact that otherwise you're a very social person, you know, like you don't mind talking to people, and in fact you're very good at conversations and stuff, but at the same time you're not somebody who is openly sharing, like your life is not an open book. That's what makes you stand out. Okay, let's now find out, how do others perceive your energy? Group 3. Spirit, how do others perceive Group 3's energy? We have the Hermit, the Five of Pentacles. How do others perceive Group 3's energy? Knight of Pentacles. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Five of Wands. Okay. With the Hermit and the Five of Pentacles over here, I feel like one thing that's very clear from your energy is that you're not, how do I put this? You're friendly, yes, but it's not like you're very approachable. Okay, it's not like you're mean or something. It's just that it depends entirely upon you whether you want to talk to someone or not. It depends entirely upon your mood, whether you want to talk to somebody, whether you want to entertain them or not. And anybody who approaches you with this confidence that they can get you to talk to them, or that they can get your time, they'll end up hurting themselves, because that's just not how it works with you. Something else that people perceive based on your energy is that you're a heartbreaker. That there are a lot of people whom you've left out in the cold, that, you know, like you're this, like you're some ruthless person who does not care whether anybody else is getting upset by your actions or not. If you're not interested, you're not interested. And so they feel like you've left a trail of broken hearts behind you. Some of it might be partially correct. Maybe you have left a trail of broken hearts behind you, but I don't think you did it, based on what I figured out about you, Group 3, I don't think you did it because you're ruthless. I think you did it because you know what it is that you want. It's as simple as that. And if you aren't feeling aligned with something or somebody, then I mean like you yourself would not entertain it. With the Knight of Pentacles over here, some people also feel like you're a bit calculative. Like you will not get into anything, or you won't take any risk unless you're seeing some benefit in it for yourself. You will not make friends with somebody unless you're seeing some benefit in it for yourself. You will not agree to work on something with somebody unless you're seeing some benefit in it for yourself. So some people might perceive you as someone who is opportunistic and very calculated in that capacity. Also, with the energy of the Five of Wands over here, a lot of people feel like you're very feisty. Like people cannot basically say anything to you and expect to get away with it. That's not how it works with you. You will give it right back, maybe 10 times, but you will. And it's like you're this person whom people cannot entirely figure out. You reveal things about yourself in bits and pieces. Just when they think they know you enough, there's this whole new information that you're unloading on them. And I think it's this mystery that keeps them hooked onto you. Like they want to know more, but they can't. And I feel like it's because of how private you are and how selective you are in terms of your socializing. I'm also hearing desirable. So not only does it make your energy or make you very desirable, it also makes people very, very curious and just, oh, she finally posted. I wonder what's that about, what that's about, like that. So they, like, from your energy, they get the sense that you're difficult to get access to, and you're very mindful of whom will you get close to and whom not. And anybody who underestimates you, I mean, that'll be one of the biggest mistakes of their life. All right, group 3. So these are all the messages that I have for you right now. If you like this reading, do give it a thumbs up. If you would like to see exclusive readings by me, you can subscribe to my Patreon. And if you would like to book a spell or a personal reading from me, you can contact me on my email, Instagram, or WhatsApp. All those details are given in the description box. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.